Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be jumping down doing some brief technical analysis on XRP, taking a look at what's been going on most recently and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, tapping the bell, selecting all the notifications, and you will not miss another video here at Cheeky Crypto YouTube. And of course, if you haven't joined us in Discord, it's a place to be. You're missing a trick. Join us. It is linked in a description down below. It's a centralized hub of everything that we do, Cheeky Crypto. It's the first place we go to let you know of what is happening in this space. Stay ahead of the game by joining us down in the Discord. It is free, of course, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Okay, let's make a start. XRP paired up with USDT on the hourly chart. Binance is the data source. And as you can kind of see, some interesting structures, right? We've been talking about this kind of sideways trade for a while. We broke up into our supply area. We got rejected once and twice from there. So I think it's time to say that maybe this 42.84 cent is now done. We can remove this one. And what we'll do is we'll pop this down just a fraction here. And we'll leave it there. Now, it's possible that we do break back up into this range a little bit, and I'll go through that scenario, but just bear in mind we are still targeting out that 26 cent low point from the previous video. So let's go ahead and just briefly talk about this structure that's appeared here over the last couple of days. So to start with, we have a very simple corrective pattern, 1, 2, and 3, A, B, and C, essentially just moving down here. We then move up in 3, just like so, nothing too unusual, and now we start to break on down. Now this breakdown is the interesting one because this is in fact 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll look for 5th. Okay, so basically, in all, it's a giant ABC structure, A, B, and C, like that, and it's made up of 3, 3, 5. It's a regular flat correction, nothing unusual. So how low do we think this thing is going to go? Well, if we take this anchor, this low point just here, to this high point just up here, we get an approximate target down at this lower range. We just go ahead and draw this on right in there. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger to make sure I definitely get those at the right levels. It's 36.60 to a high of 37.03. So just a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, so this yellow box area here, as you can see, 36.6 and 37.07. This is the area that I would expect the price to come and gravitate down towards. There are a few reasons that you might overextend above and beyond this, but this would be my expectation on the downside there. This would then actually complete that structure. So we'll go ahead and we'll measure this distance here, and we'll move it over to here. And you can see that this would take us down to this low point. Now, if we do hit this area here, it would be under this 1.618 area. It's quite actually hard to see that. Let me just see if I can just adjust that 1.618 to a slightly different color. Let's go with let's go yellow. Why not? I do like the 1.618. So you can see here the 1.618. Okay, hitting this area here would actually want to make us convert this into something different. It would want to make this kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going down deeper. However, this wave 1 would not meet the criteria for such a thing. So although it would hit this area that would look like it's going impulsive, I wouldn't think it would. Okay, so we'll keep a close eye on it, but I don't think that would be going impulsive at that stage. Of course, we could maybe look at it from this angle here. This could be 5 coming down, 3 going up, 5 coming down, and in which case, sure, could probably look at it like that. But we'll keep an eye on it and see how those structures go. But for now, everything's looking okay here for XRP with a little bit of downside, as expected, to be honest with you. Nothing unusual. Now, from our momentum indicator, we can see that this 1 hour chart's actually got some growth to it. So it's possible that we actually invalidate this 5-wave structure altogether. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a second. In fact, actually let's do that now. Let's go ahead and draw a line right here. This one would be invalidated if the price goes up higher than 39.85 cent. Okay, that's this dashed line up top. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. We're oversold and we have some growth potential in it. And again, you know, it's possible that we revisit the supply area, right? So we could maybe even look at this as just a subwave count. I've got to go up there, right? That's also possible. Okay, so keep those things in mind. On the 8-hour, we're also just in this oversold area. So we still have some downward potential there. On the 12-hour, just coming out of the overbought, and on the 16-hour, still just coming down from the overbought area. the 20 hours just coming down from the overbought area, and the daily is still in the overbought. So there's actually a lot of progression to the downside yet to play out. Okay, there's a lot of momentum shifting to the downside, but there's going to be some micro movements to the upsides, and you know, there's some opportunity in that from time to time as well. So for the most part, what has happened here on the 1 hour chart, well, we were riding the 200 EMA. We've got 335 corrective structure moving to the downside. It looks like doesn't really matter if it plays out or doesn't play out, because essentially it's always going to be three waves nonetheless. And we have broken below the 200 EMA. Okay, so retesting the 200 EMA, getting rejected from there, moving down, you kind of get the idea. There's always the potential move that we do go back up into our supply range, this being 41.15 through to the higher range up the top there. Let me just get that in there, 43.74. All of this of which is basically where people are willing to sell. Okay, that's why we call it a supply range, also known as a area of resistance. And for the most part, we are at some point looking to come down into these lows of around 26.59 cent approximately. Okay, can change a little bit. It could be very choppy on how we get there. Okay, it doesn't have to be a straight drop, anything like that. And there's lots of momentum down, or lots of momentum to take us down to those areas via the larger time frames, the daily, the 20 hour, the 16 hour, the 12 hour, right? So we should be, really, really cautious over the movements of XRP on the shorter time frame. Now, I'm not a big fan of trading XRP, far too volatile. Through FOMO, a lot of people kind of just kind of throw money at it, and it spikes out of kind of ranges, out of characteristics. So quite interesting one. It's not one I like to trade, but it is one I like to keep a nice eye on, and dollar cost average into, and all that kind of usual stuff when it comes to longer term positions. And I still think there's better pricing, so I haven't really been buying any XRP recently. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind. But yeah, for XRP, that's kind of my thoughts. I think we've got to come down, we've got to complete this structure down here, but possibly revisit the yellow box area of the supply range at the top there before really coming down hard. But it'll be interesting to kind of see how it plays out. Obviously, we are, the 28th of November. We've seen the 16th of November go. We've seen the 24th of November go. We've seen the 26th of November go, and still no price mooning to the upside. So just be aware, guys, that there's a lot of people out there that are going to give you all sorts of crazy dates just to kind of get you to click on their videos and get you FOMOing in. None of this stuff is actually kind of ever materializes, and this history tends to repeat itself. So just be cautious, do your own due diligence, do your own research. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice. All I can do is give you my thoughts and opinions on the data as I see it. At some point soon, whether it is the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I do think that the SEC and Ripple will settle, and from there will be some price appreciation. Obviously, doing that in a bear market when the times are the way that they are, I would expect a limited swing to the upside on the back of that, but we'll see. Guys, I'm going to leave the video right there. If you found it useful, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and don't forget, join us down in the Discord server. Guys, until the next one, have a fantastic day.